we go, Zach. 13 times 1.
13.
13 times 2.
26.
13 times 3.
39.
13 times 4.
52.
Yep. 13 times 5.
65.
13 times 6.
78.
13 times 7.
91.
13 times 8.
104.
13 times 9.
117.
13 times 10.
130.
13 times 11.
143.
13 times 12.
156.
13 times 13.
182.
No, it's not. 13 times 13.
169.
13 times 14.
182.
13 times 15.
195.
Wheata. Life. Lux. Light. Nomen. Name. Homo hominum. Man. Light. Lux. Life. Wheata. Name. Nomen. Man. Homo hominum. To rise. To rise. Rose. Rise. Rises. Rising. Risen. To rise. To rise. Rose. Rise. Rises. Rising. Risen. To rise. To rise. Rose. Rise. Rises. Rises. Rising. Risen. To rise. To rise. Rose. Rise. Rises. Rising. Risen. Tell me about the Monroe Doctrine. After victory in the War of 1812, the United States wrote the Monroe Doctrine, which warned Europeans not to attempt to colonize the Americas. After victory in the War of 1812, the United States wrote the Monroe Doctrine, which warned Europeans not to attempt to colonize the Americas. Okay, so we're going to do week 7 hand motions, the Monroe Doctrine. So after victory, you're going to show ASLV, Cervise. After victory in the war in 1812, the United States, you put your hand over your heart, wrote the Monroe Doctrine to warn Europeans not to attempt to colonize the Americas. One more time. After victory in the war in 1812, the United States wrote the Monroe Doctrine to warn Europeans not to attempt to colonize the Americas. Good luck. Hey guys, here I have Trenton. We're gonna do our timeline recap again. Here we go. Timeline. We'll start at the beginning of the ages. Age of ancient empires. Creation to circa 450 AD. Creation and the fall. The flood and the Tower of Babel. Mesopotamia and Sumer Egyptians. 3000 BC, 3000 BC, Indus River Valley Civilization, Minoans and Mycenaeans, 7 wonders of the ancient world, patriarchs of Israel. 2000 BC, 2000 BC, Hittites and Canaanites, Cush Assyrians, Babylonians, China, Shang Dynasty, Hinduism in India, Phoenicians and the alphabet, Olmecs of Mesoamerica, Israelite exodus and desert wandering, Israelite conquest and judges, Greek Dark Ages, Israel's United Kingdom. 1000 BC, 1000 BC, early Native Americans. Israel divides into 2 kingdoms. Homer and Hesiod, Rome founded by Romulus and Remus. Israel falls to Assyria. Assyria falls to Babylon. Lao Tzu, Confucius, Buddha. Judah falls to Babylon. Temple destroyed, Babylon falls to Persia, Jews return and rebuild the temple. Roman Republic, Golden Age of Greece, Peloponnesian Wars, Persia falls to Alexander the Great. India's Marian Empire, Mayans of Mesoamerica, Punic Wars, Rome conquers Greece. Roman dictator Julius Caesar, Caesar Augustus and the Pax Romana, John the Baptist. Woohoo! If you didn't get it, rewind and try again. Jesus the Messiah. Year 1 in AD, year 1 in AD, year 1 in AD. Pentecost and the early church. Persecution spreads the gospel. Herod's temple destroyed by Titus. Diocletian divides the Roman Empire. Constantine legalizes Christianity. India's Gupta dynasty. All right, so here are week 7 hand motions explained for the timeline. So we're going to start with Jesus the Messiah. So to sign for Jesus, you're going to take your middle fingers and touch the center of your hand to show the nails in his hand. So Jesus the Messiah. So you're going to do an ASLM, which your thumb is underneath. That's an M. Across, this shows royalty. He's the Messiah. So Jesus the Messiah. Then you have Pentecost, which you want to show the tongues of fire. So you wouldn't touch your tongue, but almost like you're going to touch your tongue. Tongues of fire. So you have Pentecost and the early church. So your left hand is an S, and then you have a C on the top for church. So you have Pentecost and the early church. The next one is persecution spreads the gospel. So you'll do an S hand, which for an S, your thumb is over your hand. Persecution and the gospel. So that's your G sign, and it's just like you're turning pages of the Bible. Persecution and the gospel. Then you have Herod's temple. To sign T, you have your thumb in between your middle and your index finger. So Herod's temple destroyed by Titus. And then you have Diocletian, so your D sign here. Diocletian's divides the Roman Empire. Then you have Constantine legalizes Christianity, just like you're showing Jesus again. And then you have India's Gupta dynasty. You're going to show the sign for gold again. So let's repeat all of that. So we have Jesus the Messiah, Pentecost and the early church, persecution spreads the gospel, Herod's temple destroyed by Titus, Diocletian divides the Roman Empire, Constantine legalizes Christianity, India's Gupta dynasty. Good luck. Hi, Dr. Brianna.
Hi.
Are you ready to learn about the excretory system?
Yeah.
Can you say excretory?
Yeah.
Say it nice and loud for the camera.
Excretory.
Very good. And the first one is a urinary tract. Can you say urinary tract?
Urinary tract.
Good. And it's in a private spot on that monkey. Can you show me where that is? On the monkey. Yep. And then the lungs. Can you say lungs?
Lungs.
And the lungs, hold up your monkey for me. Okay. The lungs are right in here, right?
The lungs.
Yes. And then you have the skin. Where's his skin? On the outside, right? All of this, like your skin, right? And then the intestines. Where's his intestines? That would be like in here, right? So let's say all those words again. Say urinary tract.
Urinary tract.
Good. Lungs.
Lungs.
Skin.
Skin.
And intestines.
Intestine.
Thanks, Brianna.
You're welcome.
Did someone say geography? Okay, so here's our states and capitals for this week. The first one is St. Paul, Minnesota. And Minnesota is up here.
This is St. Paul right here. And the interesting thing about Minnesota is it's pretty jagged. It almost looks like a hourglass. The second one is Bismarck, North Dakota. So anything that's north, the fact that it's the farthest north is easier to remember. It's like this rectangle up here. Then we have Pierre, South Dakota. South Dakota, just south of North Dakota. Then we have Cheyenne, Wyoming. So Cheyenne is way down here in Wyoming, and Wyoming is almost like this perfect square. And then Lincoln, Nebraska. This is kind of our most middle state. Again, almost like a nice rectangle. And so now I will ask and you point. Where is Lincoln, Nebraska? Where is Pierre, South Dakota? Where is St. Paul, Minnesota? Where is Bismarck, North Dakota? Where is Cheyenne, Wyoming? And now when I point, you tell me. And here's our new song for this week. St. Paul, Minnesota, Bismarck, North Dakota, Line, Canada, Pierre, South Dakota, Lincoln, Nebraska, Cheyenne, Wyoming, makes a square in the north. Hi, Chandler.
Hi.
So this week in our science experiment, we are putting organs in our bodies, right? So the first organ that we're going to place is the brain. Can you find the brain on that picture? Yes, and our brain helps us think and move and do all sorts of things, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
then
it makes you think. It starts spinning when you spin really
it
fast.
starts spinning? No,
Yeah.
it doesn't spin, but it's a very important part of our body, and without it we could not survive, right? And that's why we wear our helmets when we ride our bikes.
Yeah,
The
because
next-
if you hurt yourself when you're riding a bike, you might your brain might hurt.
You might
get
smash your brain and get a traumatic brain injury, right? How
Or
about
you
the
can-
heart? Can you show me where the heart is?
hurt. Well,
Right, it's that big thing right there, yeah?
yeah, because
You know what the heart does?
it makes
circulates
it
blood.
makes your blood.
Yeah, it doesn't make your blood, it circulates the blood through your body.
Mommy.
Okay, here,
So the ribs.
let's
makes,
turn the page. Turn the page. Okay, the next one we're gonna do are the kidneys. Can you find the kidneys? Yeah, they look like kidney beans, don't they? Maybe that's why they're called kidney beans. What do kidneys do? Can you lift it up? They filter your blood. Do you know that? Did you know that there's waste products in your blood? And the kidneys help get all the yucky stuff out of your blood. And the last one is the bladder. Can you find the bladder?
Is it right here?
Yeah, good job. That's the bladder. And so what does that do?
When you pee.
Yeah, it's when you pee. So it helps all that waste get out of your body. It's part of the excretory
So
system.
you eat and it goes down to your tummy.
That's right.
And then
Thank you so much, Chandler.
bye.
Bye.
What is that on the floor? Is that a snake or a tin whistle?
All right, well, I have Trenton here and Chloe in the background, and we're going to talk about our fine arts for the next few weeks. We're actually going to use the tin whistle. You want to show us your tin whistle, Trenton? So all of us at home are going to get a tin whistle, and if you have more than one person in your family, it's probably pretty good to identify your own tin whistle. So Trenton is going to use Captain America from the Avengers. He's going to put it somewhere on his tin whistle so that we know that it's his, and then he's also going to make sure you don't cover any holes. Okay, and then we're going to put it in his backpack so he doesn't forget it. And this week we're going to learn some parts about the tin whistle. So we have the mouthpiece, which is that black part on the top. And then we have the fipple, which is the hole in the mouthpiece. You want to show us that? Okay. And then you have the barrel, which is the long barrel part of it. Yes. And then our left hand is going to go on the top when we play it, and our right hand is on the bottom. So you want to always remember that. Left hand on the top, right hand on the bottom. Don't play it yet. Okay. And then we have finger hole number 1. You can show us that. Finger hole number 2. finger
This
hold number
one,
3,
3.
4, 5, and 6. There should be 6 holes on it. So what hand goes on top, Trent?
The right hand. Left hand.
Yeah, the left hand goes on top. So don't forget that. And that's the beginning. Can you make a sound out of it for us? All right. All right. I am meditating on all the new grammar I've learned.